Hello, friends. I'm gonna try to tuck this thing down a little bit so it doesn't, I don't know. It was kind of sticking up in weird ways. Who knows? Who knows how to do these things? I could maybe be Princess Leia, but it's hard to do this when you're reversing reverse. Like if you were in the mirror, you'd know this side is this side, this side. But when it's not a mirror image, it's like you looking at yourself the way you look at yourself when you're not looking in the mirror. Anyway, it's confusing. Bringing it down, bringing it down. I'm Steve, and I define myself as an energy worker, energy healer. Since the end of January of 2020, I was asked by my guides to set up a world healing field to help ground the disturbance that the world was entering into. I thought it was a pretty big task to be asked to do, and I felt like I'd done a fair amount in my life. But don't we all? I mean, we're on a planet. Some people, you can always say some people, and it takes you off the hook from saying it. Some people think of this as a prison planet. I might be one of those. Other people think of this as an insane asylum. I might be one of those too. Matter of fact, I am one of the unsane. Now, what the unsane are, as opposed to the insane, it's confusing because sanity is could be, I'm making this up, but aren't we all? If somebody made something up before me and they made it up differently, they still made it up. So sanity is a matter of opinion. And so when you're in sanity, are you sane when you're in sanity, or are you not sane? And what is sane if not a construct probably made by the patriarchy or the elite or the bankers? Because I think they get to make up all these things because they hold the purse strings of the world. I have to add in pharmaceutical companies as well. Chemical companies, yeah. Who else? There's a bunch of them. But anyway, they kind of are the puppet masters for people who watch television and are therefore programmed to be puppets. So they say anything. Let's just use safe and effective for an example. They say safe and effective, and the puppets go, oh, safe and effective, safe and effective. Good. We want safe and effective. And others who are maybe not in the sanity group, they're more maybe like me, who are in the unsanity group. So that could be the people who just don't want a real sugary, soft drink. They want either water or whiskey, you know? And when you start realizing that you're dealing with a toothless mystic, and I'm noticing that my toothlessness is showing up much more here in the brighter light than it did downstairs in the cave when I've been doing my few videos that I've been doing as of late. So let's call this a healing video. This is a healing video. And we're going to just go through the process. So we're going to connect with, state this out loud. I connect with my deep self and feel it. And I'm not going to say and feel it every time, but feel it every time. I connect with my higher self. And I realize I didn't put my speakers in, but it seems like it's recording, so we'll just go with it. I connect with my higher self. Connect with my highest self. I ground myself into the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I let go of anything not useful to me now. And if you want to work with the seventh dimensional beings, the Hathors, to assist you in your healing, you state out loud, I choose to work with the Hathors. I've been working with them for years, 15 plus years. They're good, they're helpful. Yes, some of you say, well, you'd think he would be better off after working with these healing beings for 15 years, but you don't know what they've asked me to do. One point they asked me to start a religion or a spiritual group, and I just said, I just can't do it. It's just scary. I just don't, I'm okay with people having religion, but I grew up with a mother who had 3 brothers, 2 of whom were priests, one of whom was a bishop, and here's probably Lovejoy. Lovejoy, so I said his name, so it's out there. One of whom was a bishop, and both would not talk with my mother about religion because she was too religious. That's the environment I grew up in. Religion, like, if it works for you, just have it. But my interest is a direct connection. Just like I like voices talking in my head telling me what to do. That works for me. It's not somebody in some little outfit telling me what I can do and what I can't do. I'd rather have people not in outfits telling me, what would be good for me, what might not be good for me. And they've been very accurate, so I accept it. So just state, I connect to the healing field, and then I can say this, you can say it too. I ask that we be placed in a field of protection while we do this work, and ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good, release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls to return to the event, to release and integrate the energy of the members themselves. And upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. Okay. So we're going to do another tarot reading. And the tarot card for today is the 8 of Cups. 8 kind of refers to completion, and Cups refers to emotions. And I'm going to see if there was maybe he was just doing his I'm heading over now call. All right. So there's a lot going on in the world right now, and it's really important to be grounded. Because when we're grounded, when we can feel the earth under our feet, when we can feel the chakras underneath our feet open and connected to the energy of the earth, we have a place to ground these energies that come up, these fear energies, these grief energies, these anger energies. Most of those energies that come up are from old events that are unresolved. So when they come up, what we want to do is release the energy. So there's techniques and stuff, and I've gone over them. There's hundreds of videos about that. But what we want to do is release and integrate the energy of the unresolved event so it becomes a resolved event. It's pretty simple. Not necessarily simple to do, but with practice you get better at it. But we want to ground these energies. So just to think about for today, and I think I already might have done a tarot reading last night for today, but here's another one to think about. So the number 8, the 8 of cups. Cups are emotions. Number 8 is about power, momentum, discipline, assurance, control, and practicality. Cups are about water, about emotions, connections, love, intimacy, community, intuition. And it's associated with the heart. And the key words are a necessary rift, walking away, choosing the self, boundaries, a new path, and detachment. Choosing one path sometimes means leaving others behind. By opening ourselves up to a new possibility, we find clarity in toxic patterns and relationships, and we acknowledge where our unique magic has been taken advantage of. We become aware of all we have truly done to salvage the situation and now must walk away. And you can think of this in any way that comes up into your consciousness. So you can think about it as a relationship with yourself that you need to walk away from. A dysfunctional, toxic relationship with yourself that you choose to let the energy of it go, leave the past behind. You'll know what you've done. It's stored in your Akashic record, so you have no way of getting away from your lives. They're all there. But you can let go of the energies that have been motivating you to act in ways that haven't been useful on a soul level for you. So you can end a relationship with yourself, with an aspect of yourself, or your personality, an ego thing, possibly, or another, a person who maybe you feel has been taking advantage of you, and you can let that go. And it takes a little bit because we've maybe invested some time and energy into this relationship, but it might be time to let it go. Or we might be letting go of our perception of a functional government, functional world, and really letting go of perceiving it as functional, realizing, oh, this seems very dysfunctional to some, functional to others. Patriarchy works well for wealthy, possibly white controllers. You know, in other countries, they might be wealthy and in power and not be white. But and there may be some non-whites in power in places who are also dysfunctional. So you don't have to be white to be dysfunctional. You don't have to be white to be a patriarch. You can be a woman of color and be patriarchal, because they try to get into the men's club. I can't believe I'm saying this stuff, but sometimes they do. I mean, I don't think a lot of people necessarily think of the woman a while ago that ran for president, and her husband was a former president. I don't think a lot of people think of her necessarily as a powerful woman. I think a lot of people think of her as a dysfunctional man wannabe. But we're done with patriarchy. We're walking away from it. We're walking into community relationships that have been demonstrated to many of us through women who work together for the good of the whole. That's the new world we're moving into from my perspective. If you see it as a different world, that's your perspective. And we can have different perspectives and remain in relationship. Because it's only when we're triggered that we have to prove another person wrong. But when we're open, intelligent, thoughtful, kind, compassionate individuals, we can have these discussions. We can look at things together. And it might be that my friend who is coming over is here. So that's a tarot reading. Open a new possibility, determining the toxic patterns and relationships and walking away from them. Whether those toxic patterns and relationships are in oneself, in people that we know, or in the toxic government, where you just can be walking away from it and let this new world emerge through our love, kindness, compassion, understanding, and peacefulness. Okay, so when you're ready to complete the healing work that you've been doing, then you'll listen to these words, maybe later, maybe now. I ask the higher self to assist all the souls that return to the event to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into the body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, clarity, compassion, creativity, and kindness. And with peace and love, I ask all the souls that returned to ground themselves into the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies that are coming in through us now. And I ask that those energies be brought in. You feel them come in, and that's a lot of energy. And these next, I think it's 12 days until the completion of this cleansing process. There's a lot of energies coming in. And I ask that they be activated. And I let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. And that's the end of the healing field, the healing session, the tarot reading, and who knows what else I'll do today. But go in peace. It's time to change. Let go of the dysfunctional relationships. Just let go of participating in them in a dysfunctional way. If you quit participating in a dysfunctional way, they're no longer dysfunctional relationships. All right, that's it. It was good. 18 minutes, not bad.